What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking Habitat for Humanity with Nick and Colleen. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So I'm always intrigued with Habitat. You know, I always think of the only reason I know about Habitat, and this is my honesty talking, is the Restore. Okay. I stumbled onto the Restore over there in Tin City, like, gosh, what was that? 5, 6, 7 years ago? Because now that's moved.
Correct.
Right. And I'm just like, what is this place? Because I love thrift stores. You know, I love, to save $1, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
And I stumbled onto this place, and I'm like, what is this place? And they're just like, oh, it's Habitat for Humanity. You know, we get, people donate construction items or, whatever it may be. And I'm like, really? So, and was looking for a mirror, and I found like old mobile home back from the 80s, back when your closets were just mirrors,
Yep.
And everybody wanted mirrors everywhere. Found 2 of those, and they're like $10, with these massive mirrors. And so I wanted it for my gym. And so there you go. I bought those, and they still got the wheels on them, but they're,
Are they still up?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah. Yeah, they got the wheels on them, but they're screwed into the wall, but great place. So Nick, I'm going to start with you. So
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about what you do and the whole operation over there at Habitat.
Well, I've been really fortunate to be here for almost 6 years. I moved here April of 2019.
Okay.
So when I got here, we were getting ready to build up here in Paso, and then COVID hit. And then I got to let our whole staff go, and we got to rebuild. And we've been on that. You talked about momentum before we were on camera, and we've been building that momentum, that trajectory ever since. So our main goal, our mission is to build new construction homes for families that have never owned homes before, so first-time homeowners. And so that's what we're doing up in Paso right now on Vine Street. We're finishing up 9 homes.
So you by trade as a builder?
I am not.
Oh.
I started out as a social worker, a case manager in inner city Chicago, the south and west side of Chicago in foster care, and then went to grad school and was a therapist and ran school programs, and I worked in family homelessness in LA, and I ended up here.
So were you born in Chicago area?
I was born in Bellingham, Washington, but I grew up in Eugene, Oregon.
Wow, you're kind of all over the place.
I've been, yeah. It's been a 30-year journey to get to here, almost.
So how do you get from West Coast to the East Coast, and then back to the West Coast?
Yeah. I think for me it was just new experiences, jobs, and opportunities, and I was young at the time and didn't know any better, and that just set being able to work in that atmosphere, working with kind of very heavy, chaotic situations, set the course for my life, and understanding what the need is out there and how underserved people are and how the systems aren't created for people to be successful, to be honest.
Cool.
And my heart was always to serve, and that was kind of the household I grew up in, and that's how it ended up. And then I just kind of navigated opportunities, and it was really, I look back and it's hard to even explain how I got here, because it just is being open to what the universe is bringing to you, whatever your beliefs of what God's bringing to you, if you will, and that's how I ended up here. I wasn't planning on being in San Luis Obispo, but the opportunity came. I knew somebody at Habitat in LA, and I was kind of ready to move on from my job there. I worked for another national nonprofit in LA. And
awesome.
Yeah, and so
here you are.
6 years later, I get to work with Colleen and the whole crew, and we built a really cool team, and this community is pretty special.
Very cool. Colleen, so tell me about your path here.
Well, I'm 4th generation from South County.
Okay.
My great-grandparents are Pismo natives, and now I have a son that is 5th generation from the area.
Wow.
So I've got some roots. In fact, I think besides Stephanie at the Restore, I think I'm one of the only one that's like really from here. So it's kind of nice to be able to connect everybody in other ways. Emily too. Emily, our project manager, is from here too. But my background is wedding planning. I was a wedding planner for 13 or 14 years, and it's been hard to move away from that because that's such a fun community. Event planning is fun, and clients are great, vendors are great. I met Dawn through Habitat, and there was an opportunity for me to join the team, and it was a very quick coffee date with Nick and Dawn, and then a phone call that was like, okay, we're ready for you to come work for us. So
how long have you been with Habitat?
9 months.
Oh, so I'm
still fresh.
She's the new kid on the block.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
The new kid on the block.
Yeah.
And so what is your position with Habitat?
Yeah, so I'm the marketing and volunteer coordinator.
Okay.
So I kind of handle all of the social media, email blasts, Facebook, Instagram. One thing I'm really passionate about is putting our Restore items on Marketplace. So getting a lot more people in the door. And
good call.
yeah, so we just people that didn't know we were there, kind of like, he stumbled upon it, and that's how a lot of people learn about Habitat. So they don't know the connection, they don't realize the connection of, the Restore is a Habitat, feeding machine. And yeah, that's kind of my story.
So you have that we were just talking about that as far as that generational, like, there's a gap, right?
Yeah.
Me and Nick, and it has this gap of like understanding, like, how does this really work? How does this social media and this, like what we're doing right now, on our What's Up North County, it's like this social media, and people gravitate to it. How do they find it? They stumble on it.
Yeah.
But like I said, with the, back of the Craigslist era, now you have Marketplace, now you have Facebook, now you have Instagram. There's so many different, I don't even know.
We grew up with penny ads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Geez. Yeah. That's way back then.
I grew up like, my parents were big like garage sailors, and so we would always go in garage sale. And my dad got into like selling things on eBay because he has a lot of knowledge of tools and things. So my husband and I are both very passionate about like repurposing things, and also so we're big garage sailors and eBayers. And I was marketplacing too. I was like, hey, I sell a lot of stuff on Marketplace. We should be putting this stuff on Marketplace. It doesn't cost us a thing. It takes me a couple seconds to send someone a nice message of, hey, yeah, it's available. Come on by. These are our hours. This is the address it's at. And then our staff, it's really fun to get text messages from them and say, this item's sold. Like, so they get excited about it too. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. And so Habitat, and I know we have a list of all kinds of different stuff that you guys got going on. So we're going to talk about Habitat to the Restore since we're on it. What and how does the Habitat Restore operate? Does you go out and get these donations? Does the donations come to you? Does somebody like check to make sure that's just not junk?
All of the above.
Yeah. And so Nick, tell me about that.
Well, now we have two Restores. We have one in SLO on 2790 Broad Street. And then we have one right on 9th and Pine in downtown Paso, right across from the fire department. So that's a space that we've had for 3 or 4 years, and we built out, finished up last summer. So we've been open just over a year there.
Yep, just hit our anniversary.
And it's 10,000 square foot space, and we accept donations from the public.
There at the store?
Yep, it's the goodness and kindness of the community that allows us to operate. We have relationships with Lowe's, with Big Lots, with
Atascadero Door Company,
Door
just
Company,
donated a bunch of
Templeton
doors.
Glass. We have relationships with the different paint, Sherwin-Williams, and they all donate to us, miners. And then we have people that just in contractors that come in and donate leftover materials, that they buy materials there, people that are looking to improve their living quarters and situation on a budget. They can come in and buy things at least half price, if not more. And we just want to, it's our outward-facing, public-facing representation of the organization. So everything we're doing is pointing towards the mission of building new construction homes for people.
So really, the Restore is just is a platform, is a funnel. I shouldn't say funnel. That probably sounds
No,
weird.
it's,
I think it's
exactly what it
accurate.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. For now these neighborhoods that you guys are building as well.
Yeah.
So tell me about that part of it.
So we are really involved with the families. We select families that are qualified to be homeowners, so they have to have great jobs, they have to be able to pay, they have to be able to partner with us, and these are 20, 30-year relationships that we're building with people. And so we go through a vetting process, and they have to qualify like everybody else for a loan. And then our goal is to build homes that are about 50% of the median income and 50% of the median price of a home. So let's say the median price for a home here is in the mid-9s, we're building homes for half of that or less.
Wow.
And so they get a beautiful home.
Beautiful.
Is this like that self-help
It's
stuff?
exactly like that. It's
Okay.
similar. It's similar to People's has a program. The way we do it is a little bit different. There's sweat equity hours involved, so each adult is responsible, and the household is responsible for. On this build specifically, it's 250 hours per adult. So some families are putting 500 or more hours into building their own homes after they're at work full time on the weekends. And
Parenting.
what are the numbers on our volunteers on that?
We've had over 550 volunteers on site with over 5,000 hours.
Wow.
volunteer
Yeah.
hours.
And so would that be the Vine Street project
Yes,
that we're
sir.
talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So whereabouts is that?
29th and Vine. So it's
So it's past the high school.
Yeah, and so you know where the hill is at there?
Uh-huh.
We have that piece of property that goes up the hill, right where it starts. There's 2 houses on the top, and we have the 9 homes, and then we own that. We still own the hill there.
And so before you start purchasing property or building, obviously everybody's already selected as far as like your residents or builders or
homeowners?
Homeowners are going to
Correct.
be taking these units, right?
Pre-construction, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's already done, probably years.
No, it's
No?
right. It's right before, because we have to have families that are, everything's up to date. We have to know their financial situation. We have to be able to work with them to maintain that throughout 2 years. So they have to maintain income. They have to make sure that they're not opening credit cards, not purchasing new cars, that everything stays the same while they're building. 'Cause
It's
we
an
have,
education process
Yeah.
in that too.
yeah, and that's the willingness to partner piece of what we do. And it's really, really important because, again, we're committing to them as they're committing to us. And it's a symbiotic relationship that has to be open and transparent, and we have to really walk alongside them and commit. And it's not, again, it's not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for people that are really in
It's
it.
not a handout.
It's not a handout
Right.
whatsoever.
I mean, you got to work.
You got to work and you
gotta
earn
work.
it, and they're qualified. I mean, our families have, some have better credit scores than people that are getting traditional loans. I mean, they're working. They're essentially a middle class family. They're families that are making between $60,000 and $90,000 a year for a family of 4. It's what used to be the middle class, but.
Right.
But here where we're building, workforce housing is 150% and above of the median income, just to be able to afford a house here.
So Nick, you said that you've been doing this. You've been with Habitat for 6 years.
Yeah, almost 6 years,
Okay,
yeah.
so I look back 6 years ago, and then fast forward to 6 years. I mean, the economy, the prices, we all know, inflation is a real thing.
Absolutely.
It's there. How has that changed your guys' outlook and builds for these projects?
Changes everything. So 10 years ago, we were building homes for $125,000. So we could carry the paper on that at 0%. So families were all in a home for 0%. So $700 to $900 a month all in. So now, over COVID, our whole budget increased by at least 50%. So it goes from a $2.5 million build to a $4 million build.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's the world we're living in, and so everything shifts. And so we're talking about families that are qualified, families that are working hard, that are part of this community. Your kids are going to school with them. They're your neighbors. They're your family members. They're teachers. We have people that work at Caltrans, people that work at at the schools that are therapists, whatever it is, working in social work. They're just middle class, and so it's shifted a lot. So we have to be very mindful that is not going to change, and that's going to move into more of people that are maybe 100% of the median income, 120%. People that are not dissimilar to us.
Yep.
Right.
And it's changed dramatically, and so the times haven't caught up, the laws haven't caught up with the need. And here in SLO County, it's not just affordable housing that needs to be built; all across the board needs to be built. So we're a certain subsection of what needs to be built. It's all housing, and yeah.
So in being that the marketing, you're in that segment for Habitat. So are you? Do the people that are wanting to be involved with this program, are they reaching out to you?
Yes, I also am the volunteer coordinator. So,
Okay.
Are you talking about people? I wear a lot of different hats.
Do everything.
She might put yours on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I hear you. Want my hat?
Yeah, I'll come work in here too. Yeah, I mean, we get people that want to volunteer, that want to sponsor, that want to bring lunches to volunteers. We do get several messages, probably a month, just asking well, how can I become a homeowner? And while we would love to just be building hundreds of homes a year, because that's just what's
That's the
needed,
need, yeah.
we really need that. The ball is just constantly rolling. We're just slowly pushing it every single day, and we're doing what we can to get more homes. And it is an application process that is not currently open because we don't have anything pending right this second. But again, the ball is rolling on several different things. I know Nick would love to eventually speak about.
Sure.
Again, it's just a ball that is continuously rolling, and it's on our mind constantly. But construction, unfortunately, doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
But to the volunteer piece, I mean, it is, I reached out to a bunch of Cal Poly groups actually like a couple months ago, and we've had 3 like just this past week and a half that have come out and been like tremendous help. We have California Conservation Corp coming out this weekend. We had Grizzly Youth Academy come out a couple weekends ago, and they were, talk about a group of hardworking kids.
Amazing.
So, Colleen, when you say volunteer, you mean that these people are coming in and putting in their time for the homeowners' time. So does it go toward?
People can contribute sweat equity. So I
Okay.
actually have several volunteers regular volunteers who have said, hey, I'd like to donate my hours to this family. So any hours that I work, I'd really like it to contribute to their process. Because again, these people all have kids and they all have full-time jobs. And I know I'm exhausted with a 3-year-old and working full-time. I can't imagine
And working
going
with
out.
me, it's tough. Yeah.
It's really hard to work for me.
You're not a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I mean, some moments, I'm a moment's
Easiest
buddy.
boss I've ever worked for. And so it's, watching them, I tell this story about the first build day that I was out there when I first started, and it was still kind of the wooden frame, and it was concrete floors, and one of the homeowners, it's the very end of the day, and she's sweeping her concrete floors of her dirty construction house, and just the pride that she has, that is her house, and she is so proud of that. And it's like Nick and I every once in a while will tell a story and start choking up, because it's just like, it's so touching that they work so hard, and she's just sweeping the dust off of her concrete floor of her like construction house. So
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And they'll all exceed their hours, I'm sure of it, because it's, they're not going to be like, well, hit my 250 hours, I'm all done. Like, they're like, things still need to
Heck
get
no,
done.
you wanna be a
Or
part of the
helping
whole
out, or
thing.
helping out their neighbor, their
Yep.
next door neighbor. We had, I tell this story 2 weeks ago. One of our young fathers, and has 2 little ones and a wife at home, and he's doing all his hours. And I walk in, and I'm there for the day, and he's painting the doors for the single mother next door. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He goes, I just knew she needed help.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it just puts you in your place.
Yep.
It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
that's what it's about right there.
Right.
That's it. That's why we do what we do.
These
That's-
9 families are going to be like building community is one
Yeah.
of our
Right.
pillars. And like, isn't the dream for your kids to be out in the street playing with the neighbors, and you don't have to worry about that?
And you know them.
Yep.
Yeah. They have
you
that
built
there.
your homes together.
Yep. You spent
You
2
know?
years together in that process,
Right.
and those roots are going to be deep.
Yep.
And we get to be it's a blessing for us, it's a privilege for us to be a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
That we can even be the conduit for that is amazing.
So for the properties that you guys consume, buy,
Sure.
how does those come to you? How do you
So-
guys go out and seek those out? Do they
Sure.
get donated?
Yeah, yes, that's all the above again. So
Really?
it just depends upon the property. This property in Paso, we purchased from the city of Paso through a grant that they had available from the state, and that we were able to pass that savings along to the family. So we paid a certain amount for the property, then we sold the lots as part of their mortgage for what we paid for them. So that was a real easy. But we've had that project took 10 years to get off the ground.
Oh wow!
So we've had that property since 2009, 2010.
Wow.
And I've been here for almost 6 years, and I was working on it the whole time. And there's 7 or 8 different funding streams.
Is that the norm? I mean, does it take that long to get projects going?
I think it was the norm. We're trying to create a process that works for us, that makes sense, that we can we can repeat. And I think there's ways to expedite that, maybe by a year or 2. But you're looking at any project's a 5-year runway from start
And
to
anything
finish.
can change. I mean, your homeowners
Anything.
could change by the time that you guys start the project.
And
or,
that's why until we're ready for construction, we don't open up applications. Like for this build, we got 50, 60 applications. 40 of them are good applications. 20 of them are great applications. Then they go through the interview process. We vet them.
but only 9 got the go ahead.
Yeah. And so that it is a testament to their ability to stick with it and their commitment even before. They've been in this since 2022.
Wow.
So it's really a 4-year process that we're in by the end of it. I mean, because we're building up to it, and they've been in it for almost 3 years.
And Nick, you seem like that person that, you're only able to select 9 people that in the back of your head, you're trying to figure out how to get these other
Amen.
41 people
Yep.
into a home.
Yep.
Because I
Absolutely.
mean, that's got to be heartbreaking just to say no.
And it's a no for now.
Yeah.
It's not a no forever. And so we want to make sure that the families that are close or that we really believe could be on that track, that we stay in contact with them and we're giving them actual guidance and, hey, here's what you need to tighten up, and we could see that you could be a really good fit for this. And so we want to make sure that we don't cut off communication. We're not cutting ties. We're not burning bridges. We're not doing anything to isolate people. We want to include them in the fold so they understand that they're worthy of it, and it's possible for them.
Yeah,
And
that's probably one of the tougher
Sure it is.
parts of the job.
Yeah, I think it is one of the tougher parts. I think knowing that we have, as an organization, the capacity and the heart, and our mission is right on to be able to build, and not having the resources to do so, and we just got to get really creative, because again, it's very difficult to build.
So we've got something called playhouses.
Yeah,
So
let Colleen talk about that one.
Yeah.
So tell me about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So our Playhouse program, a business or a group can sponsor a team building day, and we have these Playhouse kits. We come, we set up, bring our trailer, tarps, sawhorses, and we have families that get nominated for these Playhouses. So let's say Randy wants to host a Playhouse build. We'll bring it out here. You guys paint it all up. I have a family in Paso that their child, for whatever reason has been dominated. Maybe he's been sick or just needs a great place to play. So you'll paint that. We'll deliver it to the kid. You won't know much about them except for the things that they enjoy and the colors that they like. We've created this process where we kind of get to interview the parents and ask what the children are into, and it's been really successful. And I think it gives the sponsors a little more excitement and to know a little bit more about the child that's receiving the house, instead of just painting it yellow with purple trim and
So
delivering
it's customized to the child's,
Yep.
likes, desires, or
Interests.
their personality.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. So how long has this been going on?
3 years.
Yeah. So
been doing-
again, I've only been part of it for 9, but we have kind of been extending it. Like right now, Paso High School and SLO High School wood shops are building kits for us. So I wanted a way.
Oh, what a great segue
Yeah.
into the community
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about getting youth involved, and Habitat doesn't have, for insurance purposes and construction sites, a lot of youth opportunities. One way to get away from that is they're already using power tools in a high school, and then this kind of gives them some sense of pride. They're both schools, instead of just building us the wood pieces, this year we are asking them to paint a house and do it from start to finish. So they SLO High School is the first high school to do it for us, so they're actually building a house for our Vine Street project. So the kids, the families in that the
So
9 houses.
everybody's getting a house at or that has the kids?
It'll just be one
It'd be a
house
common
at the in their common area
Oh,
that the
okay.
kids will all get to play with, and then
like a playground. type
exactly,
deal.
yeah.
Okay.
They'll have a little area that they can go in, and then Paso High School is building one for a daycare up in Paso. So I'm really excited about it. It's our first. It's kind of a pilot test run, but the teachers have been awesome so far as we deal with new things. But it's fun. And Cal Poly Girls Build Summer Camp did 4 houses this summer. They have a week-long program at Cal Poly where they bring in high school girls and get them excited about construction. And Stacy, who runs the program,
She's amazing.
She's awesome. She contacted me and was like, "Hey, we'd love to do this. Can we get the blueprints?" And so she had all the kits made. The girls built them from start to finish, and then there were 4 families again that were nominated, and so they got to go to each family. The one that was really cool was it was a little boy who's autistic, and he's really into Spider-Man and dinosaurs, Mickey Mouse. These girls, they're professional artists.
It was
I couldn't believe
Pretty
it.
cool,
It was
huh?
an amazing house.
Yeah.
And so they really it was cool to see them come up with the themes, and they all sketched beforehand, total, build start to finish. It was neat for them. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
God. Well, I mean, so it sounds like Habitat is not just a restore. There's
No, that's
So
that's,
much.
Many-
that's a portal, if you will, of
Right.
what we do. And again, it's the public-facing representation of us, and that's what people know us largely in this area for. But it's really about everything's pointing towards that new construction. Everything we do, all of our efforts together, individually, that's the goal.
So for the Playhouse thing, how does somebody, do they reach out to you again as well?
Yeah,
And-
so there's Dawn is usually the person that's out, soliciting groups and sponsors for those types of things. But again, like go on our website. There's all the contact info on there. Anyone can nominate at any time. They're always open on our website. We just need more people to sponsor playhouses, and then all the kids that get sponsored.
And when you say sponsor, somebody's paying for that.
Yeah.
So they're basically a business or organization is donating, and X amount of dollars goes towards the Playhouse, and now you start selecting, or you receive the selections for Playhouse builds.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
it's a good opportunity for a business to do a team build. It's a day project. They can do it 5 hours?
Yeah, it's
Front to back.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Maybe let me understand this a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, say for instance, business A, Bob's,
Burgers.
Burgers. Bob's Burgers.
Great burger, by the way.
God,
You know that
that's a
bacon
good-
burger? It's
yeah,
delicious,
right.
man.
Bob's Burgers. So Bob's Burger wants to have a team building, team atmosphere. They want to go and together they're going to take their 10 employees. It's already either they pay for it or somebody's already something, and they're going to go build this playhouse
Yep.
Right.
for this project.
Yep.
That's right.
So they reach out to you and said, "Hey, we are Bob's Burgers. We've
Yep.
got 10 employees. We want to be a part of this and build a playhouse for your guys' program."
Yep.
Huh.
Banks, businesses. We've
Yeah.
worked with the Chamber of Commerce. We've worked with different school groups, fraternities.
Templeton Glass did one that was like beach theme,
Oh, it was really
and it
cool.
was donated to the Echo in Atascadero. American Riviera. Again, like letting them know where it's going and who it's for, like really gets them inspired to think about what's going to be on the house.
Yeah.
The woman who was in charge of the American Riviera bank one, she had these stencils. They did a barn, like did all these farm animals. It's just, and it went to the
It's
Echo
amazing.
in Paso because she was like, "Oh, Paso, North County, it needs to be a barn, it needs to be a farm." So
And so these are all like everything's already pre-cut. So
Correct.
they're just assembling it and
Correct.
and painting and doing all that other
Putting the
stuff.
roof on. And,
So
yeah.
right now is actually the prime time because all the businesses, at the end of the year, holiday,
right.
events, parties, team building. What are we going to do as a business? We're going to go and zip line. How cool would this be for local businesses?
your holiday party.
Your holiday party exactly is a playground, a playhouse build for a local child in need or
Yeah, it's
facility.
plug and play. We show up with everything. We can
Bring
show
your
up
lunch.
bring you lunch. We show up to your place of business or a spot you select. It's a better place to build, and you just got to show up and enjoy your time. Enjoy yourself. and
How big are these?
4x4, right?
Okay, so pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pretty good size.
Yeah.
Probably takes a few hours to.
Yeah.
Now, do you let them kind of stumble along? You're like, that one doesn't go there. No.
It's pretty. It's a pretty steady guiding hand, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of walk them through step
Yeah.
by step, and
Yeah,
then
it's we're there
it's
to
like a
assist.
toddler.
Yeah.
You just kind of like, okay, what do you need help with? You got it, okay.
Oh, how
This
fun.
Friday, we're working with 4 or 5 different builders, and they're coming all together with a honeycomb design, and so they're going to have a little bit more experience. And
Yeah, that'll be a 3-hour build,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
they'll get through it pretty quick, but it
Really?
just depends upon the audience, and
how
but
fun.
it's for anybody, and it's for families. It's a
Yep.
way to bring all ages together, and every build that I've been a part of, it's just the joy that is created from it is off the charts.
Now, what do you do when you present these playhouses to the children or organizations? What do you like? Have a ribbon cutting? Do you do anything like celebrationist type thing?
She can speak to it. On my end, it's about the experience, and it's about making sure that the family is taken care of, the child is taken care of. So that piece to me is a little bit, in my mind, is more private.
It is.
And there's some organizations that want to be part of presenting it, and that's great. But we're coming into somebody's house, we're coming into somebody's where they're living, and it may not be the same as we're accustomed to, and we want to make sure we honor them, and they're not put on the spot, and just to make sure that their kids are looked after and taken care of. They're part of our community.
And we ask.
Yeah.
We, it's,
Yeah, we
it's
wanna
one
make
of those
sure.
things. It's like, are you okay with me taking a photo of your child
Yeah.
for our media? If they're not, then we
Then we
don't.
don't.
But most of them, most families are excited to, like, their kid just got
Yeah.
But,
really
super
nice.
but
great.
one of you are there to,
Oh, yeah.
to witness
Oh yes,
that.
Yes.
no, we.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we
so you
build
get
it,
you
but-
get to have that emotional connection.
We're a part of it, yes. And Colleen and our construction coordinator, Jim, who was really integral in really building this program and getting all the plans right. He just recently kind of retired, semi-retired.
Yeah.
I keep, holding him in, because he's one
Keep
of those
holding on
guys.
to shoestring?
Yeah. But he's and him and Colleen and our director of operations, Christy, really have in the last year been integral, and really this has exploded and it's growing and growing, and there's people that are understanding what the end game really is. It is about team building, but it's about supporting a family and giving back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, I'm going to go down the line here. So
Yeah.
now we got home preservation.
Sure.
So that's kind of just helping the current homeowners in some of the stuff that they need at the home.
It's more of seniors and a lot of senior women that own their homes that aren't able to, income-wise, aren't able to just making it by. They're living on Social Security. They've owned their homes for years and years and years, and they're not able to do the upkeep and maintenance that needs to be done. And so we'll come in and we'll build a fence, we'll paint a house, we'll partner with a roofing company and put a roof on sometimes if we're able to get the funding for that. And we're just looking safety precautions, pool bars, stairs, things that just need to be looked after. Again, our community needs to be looked after and
Safe.
falls through the cracks. But it's all about safety, and it's about making sure they can age in place in their homes, they're not displaced. And that's really become an integral, again, part of what we do is making sure that the existing stock of housing, homeowners, they're able to stay in their homes. And we're able to do that in a way that is a little bit less invasive, and it just gives them a way to be in touch with the community too, because a lot of them are isolated, and we want to make sure that we're doing our part with that.
And how's the vetting for that, or the process?
There's an application.
There is?
Yep, and there's income requirements, and they have to have homeowners insurance. There has to be some things in place, just liability-wise, and we have to partner with them as well. They can't turn around and sell their house right after we do something.
After you just do
No,
a
there's
full landscape.
but there's agreements in place that are, we have to trust the relationship. Everything we do is about the relationship. Everything, every step of the way, and we have to be able to maintain and really support that relationship over time. And there's people that we did project for 10 years ago, and they need something else, and so we'll figure out a way to help them, and we'll partner with builders and contractors and a lot of in-kind donations from the community, paint companies and roofing companies and lumber companies. We have really great relationships with, and that's how we're able to fulfill that piece of our mission. But it's really important that we work with the seniors and we work with older adults. It's a
And
big
there's
piece.
probably a lot of those needs out there.
Yeah.
Especially you get into like your kind of your Atascaderos, your outskirts Pasos and stuff like that.
Randy, it's everywhere. We think that there's over 6,000 seniors living below the poverty level in this county alone, out of a county of 290,000 people. That's a significant amount.
Jeez.
So
That's so crazy.
the need is there, and again, they're our grandparents. They're people that go to your church. They're your neighbor down the street that you don't even know what they're going through. But we have to make sure that we're doing our part. It's a small piece.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys are doing a great job. It sounds like you guys have many hats. It sounds like from what we just talked about, these, with 1, 2, 3, 4 different, items on the list here, it sounds like you guys have a ton of employees, but it's probably not that, huh? It's probably, you guys are probably, working on, very limited employee resources, huh?
Resources, period. So stewardship is the number one word, that we have to make sure that we are being good stewards of the resources we have available to us. And a lot of it is leveraging relationships, and is we're able to double, triple a dollar that was donated to us because of those relationships, because of the in-kind donations, because of the goodwill in the community. So we're a staff of, including part-time, less than 14, 15 people.
Oh, really?
So everything that we're doing.
That includes like the employees at the stores
includes
and stuff
everybody.
too? Oh my gosh.
And so, my job is to come in and hire the most talented people that I can. Much smarter than I am,
Right.
And to be able to, everybody has very different backgrounds. I mean, Colleen shared with you, she was a wedding planner. I've done a lot of different things that aren't this. But everything that we've done collectively has prepared us for what we're doing. Dawn, who you've met, our director of development, she was in Hollywood for a long time. She was in my seat in other organizations. Christy was a teacher. Dawn was a teacher. We have people that were, that were farmers. We have people that were in the military. So just understanding what each of our strengths and what our skill sets are, and we got to make sure they complement each other, and that we're in communication and working together and supporting each other. And
how do you guys, when you guys come together as an organization, Habitat, when you think of projects, or you think of all these different things that you guys come up with, you got the preservation, you got the playhouse thing, you got the restore now you got the projects of the homes. What else is, do you guys just come together? It's hey, let's, think of another way. How thin can you guys go?
Well, we're not at a shortage for ideas.
Right. Okay.
That's where
true.
a lot of us have great ideas. It's being able to implement them, and us to have the bandwidth and the capacity to actually carry them out and to repeat them and to sustain them, to maintain them. So we got to be really selective and really focused on what we're doing. We got to make sure that I have to make sure that I'm looking 2, 3, 4, 5 years ahead, that we can continue to scale this and it can grow. We're not about things staying the same. We're not about complacency. We want things to evolve, and that only comes from us being willing to evolve and to grow as well. Our feedback loop is pretty substantial, and without that, we're dead in the water.
Is Habitat, is it just here, or is this a global?
It's global.
It
So
is.
just in California, I think there's 40 or 41 affiliates like us.
Okay.
Nationwide, there's over 1,300. So, and we're all, for lack of a better word, like franchises, we're all under Habitat International, and we have compliance. We have to answer to the bigger machine, if you will. But each of us have some autonomy in what we do. We have to serve the community, so we have to tailor fit what we do to the needs of the community and the resources in the community. So it's a small community that is LA, San Francisco prices. It's an interesting juxtaposition we're in.
So does either one of you know the how Habitat for Humanity got started?
Sure.
Tell me the story.
It started off in Georgia. They're based in Americus, Georgia, is the headquarters, and a gentleman was a pastor, essentially, and he started something called Koinonia Farm back in the 60s, and it was kind of an all races, all belief system. Yeah, cornucopia of belief systems, and they were creating a community that everybody could live together. And then that turned into Habitat. A couple essentially took over Habitat for Humanity, and then when Jimmy Carter was president, it really got legs, and he got involved with it. So that'd been 1976.
Okay.
And when he was probably governor, and then when he became president, and then it's taken off since then. And so now it's on its third iteration. A gentleman named Jonathan Reckford is the CEO, and he runs Habitat International, and he's a brilliant leader, and he's really scaled Habitat to even greater things.
So it kind of was not originally, but
it was a
base.
grassroots, community-based.
right, where they went to other countries and poverty countries, and
That's what it became.
right.
So that's what it became more in the 70s.
Okay.
Yep, and in the 80s it really started to take off. And so there's a Habitat International. It's a totally different animal than what we do every day. Now the mission's the same, is to build homes for people. And so you have the missional piece and you have the international. Then we're here serving the United States and Canada, and then our local communities. So
really the foundation and the yoke of it was the home build. Like all
again,
these other
always
things.
pointing back to that.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And so
very
our
interesting.
affiliate, like you pointed out, it's like running 4 or 5 different businesses,
Right.
because each of them could be a standalone.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you got a bunch of different things going on, and then but the ultimate goal is the funds to help establish and build homes.
That's it.
Yep.
Or fix homes.
Yeah.
Preservation of homes to the elderly and people in need.
And people in need, because
Wow.
there's a lot of need here.
A lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
You guys wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot of stuff, and like I said, the Restore. I love that place. The place is really cool. If you haven't been to the new, because it's a new, bigger than you guys were in Tin City.
Yep.
In Paso Robles. Never been to the one in San Luis, but it's a great location. Just to stumble on something you don't even know you need it. You're like, hey,
Every time.
We walk in there every day. I was here before we got here. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Right?
You know, it's we're getting new, beautiful, incredible, one of a kind things in that all the time. And it's just fun to walk through there, even as a staff.
so you don't
member.
even feel like you guys go to work. It's like
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty. There's
90% of the time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we cover a lot of territory, so we we carry a pretty heavy load, and that's why our relationships really matter, and we have to look out for each other and keep each other accountable and support each other in everything we do, and communication is everything. Yeah.
So Nick, since we're on this, I'm just
Yeah.
going to ask it. It's not on the list here,
Sure.
but I mean, do you guys hire? Are you guys in need of people, volunteers? I mean, what is your needs for
Sure.
the community?
Yeah. So for us to be able to do what we do, again, resources, donations, monetary donations, in-kind donations, relationships, that's top of the list always. Without that, without the imprint and without the relationships in the community, we have no impact in the community. So that's first and foremost. Volunteers
All
are
day,
everything.
every day.
I mean, and
need 'em all.
just the dedication of our volunteers and what people actually do, it's I can't even articulate not just the impact, but the value in that. And I'm not even talking monetary, just the support and the belief in what we do. Because some days are really tough, and we have to take a step back and go, man, are we going about this the best way? It's not right or wrong. Are we going about the best way? And then
Yeah.
there's something that comes in that's just encouraging, or if we have a need, it's always met because we're focused on what's best for the organization and the community. And then really, we always need great people. And so we're always looking for great people to bring on the team, whether it's a part-time or whether it's a full-time. And if the timing's right, we've been pretty fortunate with the staff that we've had, the team members we've had, and I've been given a lot of latitude by our board. Without our board, we can't do anything, so we have great board members and that have been pillars of the community for a long time. And without that, again, we don't have a foot to stand on. We have to trust each other and make sure that the best and right people are coming through the door. And it takes a while to get that. You got to be patient.
Sure.
I thought I was a pretty patient person 6 years ago, but guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to hit the gas.
Right.
And
Yeah.
but again, back to the momentum. Steady momentum is much more not just sustainable, but that's what it's about. And it's not about speeding up all the time. And
So everybody on the team is obviously, helps this motor work.
everybody has a
efficiently.
piece, and everybody has there are talents on our team that I've been doing this a long time, and our small team right now, I firmly believe that our output is twice the size of our team. We have some specialized skills, and the way we work together and maximize our resources is pretty cool. It's
Awesome.
It's pretty cool to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about Year of Beer 2025. What? I mean, this is just a great
we'll toss that one
topic.
out.
Yeah,
there.
no, I love it. We were talking about ways to get all the breweries involved, and one day I said, well, let's just do a year of beer, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, let's do that. And so Dawn, our director of development, she started reaching out to all the different breweries, and so we've been at a different brewery every month for the last year, and we're doing it again.
Yep.
And you've been a part of that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've gotten to attend a couple.
Yeah.
So there's next year. I think we have 7 or 8 dates already booked,
Yeah.
and I think there's a couple more coming down the pipe. But I know there's a pizzeria, Brightside Pizza in Los Osos. They host us the whole month, every Tuesday for the whole month.
Yeah.
We got a $1,000 check from them this last year, and
So it's a donation. It's a
yeah.
weekly
Yeah.
event at whatever location, like you said, the pizzeria.
Yep.
So and then proceeds from that day or whatever.
Yeah, a certain cut, or they'll have
Yeah.
they brewed a beer for us with their partner, and so there's a habitat.
So all the
Yeah.
proceeds from that goes to
Yeah, it goes to-
Habitat.
yeah,
yeah.
so Dawn's typically there all day, and Dawn is our yes man. She is, people can't say no to Dawn.
Yeah.
You've met her. She's
Right?
just so friendly,
she's-
and she's the one you want out there giving you the warm and fuzzies. So she's there at the brewery, and in fact, she was at Lone Madrone last weekend or the weekend before.
Yeah.
So it was a winery brewery with Bristol's that day, but she's there all day. She's talking to people, just spreading the
Building relationships.
Habitat gospel, and
So she's on the job, but she gets to go and have a social hour all day
Well,
long. What a
it's
what a
great
great
for her.
Yeah, it's
position.
And it's just neat to see, and people that come through that know
Sure.
about the Restore.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't know that those were connected.
Yep.
It's an educational opportunity. It's a relationship building. It's understanding what our businesses are doing and how to partner best with them. And Wild Fields, Atascadero, Ancient Owl. We've had who else have we had?
Cal Coast.
Cal Coast. Cal Coast. That was an incredible night. They
Had the music.
Yeah, it was Six Strings for Freedom, and
Another great organization.
Another great organization,
Yeah.
and we were their selected charity, and a up and coming country star came through, and we had a concert. That's the coolest venue in the county, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And they're just wonderful people and so supportive of us.
I really like that what you just said as far as they brew a beer specifically for Habitat.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't even necessarily need to be that day. It could be,
Well, we'd like to get a bottle. We're talking with them about that. So
That would be
that was
cool.
for that month, but we'll do it again.
it's
Yeah,
such
we
a great
worked
idea.
with a local brewer that
He's a slow
Slow Cider,
company.
and they brew beer for us for this, and
Huh.
So we have all these
Interesting.
great partnerships, and again, people that are doing things behind the scenes, not for the publicity, but for the cause and for the mission, and because of the relationship. And it's just neat to see that. There's nothing anybody wants back from it. They want to partner with us and support us, and
Well, I think stuff like this, exposing, because you can't really get all that information on a piece of paper.
No, you gotta-
you can't see that in a flyer.
No.
As
We've
far
tried. We've really
Yeah.
tried.
yeah,
It's impossible.
it's like, what does that say?
Yeah.
But you really can't express like I didn't know about the different, facets of what Habitat for Humanity is
Right.
until now, this is what I love why I do this, is because I get to be exposed to, and now I become a voice. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Is I become a voice
Yep.
for this program. You can be like, hey, to people that, maybe didn't see it, doesn't know. I explain it and be like, hey, did you know? Like the Restore. Did you know? No, I didn't know about it. Oh, you got to go check it out. It's like, you become those salespeople in the field of people that have that experience and the knowledge of what you guys are doing. And I think it's a great idea.
it's boots on the ground.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And that's in this county. I learned very quickly the warm handoff needs a warm handoff. Like you got to know somebody who knows somebody to even get in the room with people, and this is part of that.
Oh, 100%.
And we created this concept this year called the Builder Circle, and so everything that we do is a part of the Builder Circle. So you're part of the Builder Circle now because you are invested in your time into us, and so everybody that is working towards our cause, our mission, is part of that. And then we have a Groundbreakers Club, which is our group of dedicated monthly donors that support us ongoing. Again, we're really behind the scenes, but just want to make sure that our needs are taken care of at the very basic levels. And
Wow. Well, it sounds like you guys got a lot of, a lot of people, a lot of volunteers, a lot of like you said, the behind the scenes, people that are helping to push this concept, and, everything that you guys are doing, all your projects forward. So it sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then we have 2 or 3 projects in the pipeline that we're trying to develop back to the new construction conversation, but we need people.
That's
spreading the word.
2025 though.
That's 2025, 26,
2026. Got it.
27. So we're looking at some property in Atascadero that a church owns that we're trying to develop. We own some property in AG that we're looking to build 8 homes on. So we have things in the hopper, but we're always looking for other opportunities. I mean, this last 2 years, we've had a building and 3 houses donated to us that are left in people's estates for us, and just building, because we're talking about legacy too. No matter if Colleen's here or I'm here or either of us are here, we want to make sure that the organization is set up for the future.
When these people that donated those properties, are they in some way, have they been touched by Habitat at some point?
Absolutely.
Is there a reason why they do that?
Yeah, or we get calls that people don't have relatives and they want to give to somebody who's going to be again back to stewardship, a good steward of their resources, and carry on their legacy of giving, or their legacy of being a part of the community in a more I would say kind of philanthropic way, and that's about relationship too, because they're buying into our team as much as the cause. And so it's essential that we're building trusting, transparent, mission-driven relationships with them, because they want to make sure that we're on point. and we're not squandering resources, that we are making sure that we're maximizing and using them in a proper way. So
And
there's
I'm
a lot of accountability involved in that.
Right, and so I'm assuming just like a nonprofit. So any donations, people will get their little certificate
Yep.
for tax
Oh,
deductions. and
there's
all
definitely
that
a
stuff.
tax benefit to everything that we do, and that's right up front. And I think sometimes that's a motive. That's what pushes people over the line to want to donate and partner with us. I think they're probably already aligned missionally with us, but if you can get some benefit, especially nowadays, it's a really big deal.
Well, and I think too, like for Dawn, some of the frustration of being an affiliate, like under Habitat International, is they also solicit donations. So some people may get 2 things from Habitat a year asking for donations, and if it doesn't say Habitat for Humanity San Luis Obispo County, your money is going to international, and they're great. But if you want your dollars to stay local, it needs to say.
Oh, I see. So the international is also soliciting.
Yeah, 'cause-
just kind of like the firefighters, police.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
It's all the same. And so we have. I mean, it's every week. How many times a week that
People are like,
people
oh
like,
my
"I've been
gosh,
giving
we've
to
been
you for
donating.
years."
Yeah, we've been donating forever. And
Wow.
then Dawn's saying like,
Well, not us.
oh, actually it's, and again, it's not that we would love their dollars to stay local
Sure.
and stay in San Luis Obispo County. And I'm sure that they just assumed,
But that's a good point to raise and the awareness, because when you donate, everybody wants to give to your local chapter, your local
Right.
organization, dollars stay here type deal.
Yep.
But if they're unaware or miss the whole part
They
where
don't
it's
know.
international, not San Luis County, they thought they were giving away. They're donating towards the local, but they're actually not. They're
Exactly.
bypassing. I'm sure it's drips down
Sure.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you want to give to the local chapter and
Absolutely.
organization.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
definitely.
So did we cover everything? Is there any more
We-
items that we need to cover here?
April 26, 2025, we have our Build With Us event. That's our annual fundraiser
Okay.
out in Edna Valley. So we're looking for sponsors and people to purchase tables and to support us in that. So that'll be this Saturday, April 26th.
April 26th.
Yep,
That's gonna.
2025,
You said
it's
down
on.
at Edna Valley.
Yep.
Okay.
Edna
Beautiful
Valley
area.
Ranch, yeah, it's a beautiful barn, and the Harris family owns, and they're super generous and been great partners with us over the years. And HabitatSLO.org, you can get on our
Yeah.
website and check everything out.
Yeah, I mean that's a great, like right here, you got HabitatSLO.org.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so these are the different locations: the Paso store and the
Yep.
San Luis Obispo
Yes, sir.
store.
Yep.
People can donate, can drop off items here. Somebody's there to receive those. Is it 7 days a week? Is it
We're open Tuesday through Saturday,
okay?
10 to 5.
10 to 5. So those are the only days that you guys are accepting donations.
I think that our donation days are even,
There's 1 day a week in SLO and 1 day a
They
week
do
in Paso
pickups.
that they don't accept because they're out doing
yeah,
pickups.
and that's all on our website.
Okay. And you say pickup, so somebody can just call you up and say, "Hey, we've got these items at this job site."
They
Come
can,
get it.
email us some photos.
We'll approve
get
it.
them on a schedule. Yep, because that's the whole, you were talking earlier about we don't want to take junk. So
Right.
we
Sure.
do have an approval
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
We want it to sell. We want to, make money. So we try to do an approval process on that.
Yeah, and our team works really hard to, what did they do? 400 and some on pickups last year?
Oh, yeah.
They did like
yeah.
420 pickups last year. So that's how much they're out in the community and partnering with people. That's how much those donations, because everything in our store is donated. Every single thing.
Now, is it like the price? I mean, does people ever try to like waggle down?
Oh, of course they do.
You know?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it. Make an offer.
Yeah.
Make us an offer.
We'd rather not. We'd rather you pay the price.
Yeah, we're
So
not
there's
a
room.
museum.
There's room for them.
Sometimes there's room. It
You're
just depends
local
upon-
people, you're
Yeah,
old-timers,
we want to
they
work.
like to
We want to
haggle a
work with
little
people.
bit.
That's part of the deal. But also we're in full honesty, we're giving people a really good value. I mean, it's
Yeah.
50% off the top, right off the bat, and then we usually reduce it from there. And they're getting really good, solid items. And
I mean, we get a truckload from Lowe's once a week of brand new stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Lowe's has
Wow.
been,
amazing relationship.
yeah. really instrumental.
What is like one of the items that like you've seen come into your store? One of the stores that you're just like, wow, how did that make it in here? Like,
I mean, we've got donated.
We got my first or second week here. There was a C train of antiques. This couple had moved from New York. Yeah. It had been sitting, and they were like, I don't even know what's in it. Just take it. And we were unwrapping these things, and it's like they're so well wrapped. You're like, okay, this whatever this is worth a lot of money. And we use Google Lens to like figure out what stuff is typically. I mean,
Google what?
Google Lens. Like when you like take a picture of something with the Google app. I'll show you afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to change your life, especially as
you're
a
talking in
thrifter.
that gap right here.
Yeah.
It'll change your life as a thrifter. So it'll take a picture and like AI will say like, oh, this is a hat from, Resistol, whatever it
1932.
Is. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to blow your
I didn't
mind
know
after
that.
this. I'll show you the app. The things that, like, there was a file cabinet from, like, the 1920, like, railway. I mean, like,
oh my
insane antiques that this couple is just like, we just don't have room for them. We don't even care. Like, they've been sitting here. We don't need them. And so, I mean, like, probably $10,000+ worth of things that they just gave. I mean,
yeah, vintage cars.
Right.
Will
that
sell.
people don't even know that
Yeah.
they're giving away.
Well, they do. They do, though. I mean, I think that people have. There is some security that comes where everybody knows who Habitat is. Not everybody knows what we do. Our reputation is really strong, and so they know they're giving to an organization that is going to utilize those resources and impact and feed it back into the community. So,
well, what I meant is not junk. Like somebody like a family member gets these items, like you said, a file case from the 1920s.
Oh yeah.
It might have come from a one of and it still has a tag there. So we're just like it. Take it, and they've got this valuable,
absolutely,
history item right there, and you guys are getting that stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, just right now at the store, we have some things like that have just came in.
A dresser came in yesterday, and I saw every single employee walk by and took one of them took a picture of it, and I was like, that's coming home with me.
So how long does an item have to stay on the floor before your employees get to snap it up?
We can, if we buy it, we can.
I mean,
I'm a customer.
we want it to go to the community, but we have that's I guess one of the perks.
There you go. You're first line of defense.
It's not something that happens all the time though.
Yeah.
We're all really we do a good job of making sure that we're not picking up.
So when those C trains come in, everybody's out there helping to pull stuff out.
Some
right?
days.
We get a text message, hey, I'm going to
let's go check
an
it out.
old farmhouse next week.
Awesome. So what does 2025 look like for you guys?
We're coming off this build. We're going to be finished with the houses in 2 or 3 weeks. So the first couple months is going to be regrouping and all of us getting re-energized and looking toward what next year and the next 2 years is really going to be. And so for me, it's continuing to build our programs and to fortify them. And so we need to bring some fundraising in. And it's been we're in a challenging time right now, and people are going to come out of it and going to be giving again. And so we just have to weather that storm. And every election year, it's that way. And then we really need to get some projects off the ground. So we want to make sure that everything that we're doing is focused from funding to all of our efforts to our different committees. We have a building committee, a finance committee, people from the community that are pouring into us the professionals and expertise. And we want to make sure that the projects that we're putting energy into have some legs and we're able to get the funding and get them launched. So I'd love to get another project launched in the next year and start building. That's really, again, our goal.
Very awesome.
That's really it. And to make sure that we're keeping our people is really important.
Right.
Retention is really important, and we're supporting each other. And for me, I just need to know that every day when I drive home, that day we know that we're giving back and that we're doing right. And
Very cool.
pushing
Sounds like
the
you guys are
ball
definitely doing
forward.
that.
Yeah.
So once again, how does somebody reach out? How do they find information? Where do they go?
Yep. So habitatslo.org.
Okay.
Anything they could possibly need is on our website. However, they're welcome to email me, Colleen at habitatslo.org about volunteering. Dawn, same thing, Dawn at habitatslo.org about financial contributions, sponsoring, being part of Year of Beer. There's rumor there might be like some sort of Year of Cheer with some
For the
wineries
wineries.
next year.
Yeah.
That's being played with.
Year of hamburgers,
yeah,
year
yeah.
of
Year
We're
of
up
everything.
I'm up for that.
Yeah. Anything that rhymes with beer.
Right?
Yeah. We can't deviate from the formula.
Here.
right?
Beer.
Yeah.
then that's, I mean, all of our contact info is on our website. We also are pretty active on social media. So our Instagram is just at Habitat SLO. We do have a Restore Instagram, so I post stuff on there.
In the marketplace, you're posting stuff
I'm
on
on
the
Marketplace
all the time.
Yep.
And
So,
we're in the news a lot. I think we doubled our imprint
Yeah.
in media
Trying to
this
do a lot of
last
press
year.
releases.
So there's a lot of goodwill, and we have a lot of there's a lot of moving parts right now that have been years in progress to get to this point. So we just
Awesome.
want to keep building.
Awesome.
Building and building.
Building and building.
Yeah, that's
There
it.
you have it.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, Colleen, thanks for coming on and
Thank
sharing
you
the
for having
story,
us.
because
Randy.
great information, by the way.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of useful, valuable information for anybody to, use and pass along to others that, need your guys' resource and your
Yeah.
guys' help.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys coming on and sharing that
Yeah.
information with us.
We appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
guys,
having
for
us.
having us.
Anytime.
Okay. Cool.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, make sure you guys check out Habitat for Humanity, guys. These guys are doing great local. There's 2 local stores that you guys can go and purchase almost anything that you need for your build, for your home. HabitatSLO.org. Check them out. Be a part of the solution, guys, because this is a great local organization that you want to be a part of. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Custom, Ron Mullins with Remax, North County Junk Removal, The Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, Suprema Meat Market, and MGP Coatings, guys. Thanks again. See you next time.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn-out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
and Deanna
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
Hi, my name is Ron Mullins with RE/MAX Parkside in Paso Robles, California. I have proudly represented buyers and sellers in northern San Luis Obispo County since 1990. Give me a call to discuss how my experience can help you achieve your real estate goals. I can be reached at 805-235-2308. I look forward to the opportunity to earn your business.